And in this book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21, it talks about how life and death are in the power of the tongue. And when I was 24 years old, gentlemen, I made the decision to start speaking life because I feel like there's something special that happens in your life when you start to talk about what it is that you want to do. Because if you start speaking about it, if you start verbally talking about it, there's something unique that happens in your body, that happens in the world, that slowly starts to guide you for what it is that you want. You see, most people say what they want to do, but they ain't brave enough to start speaking it. And every one of you all have a dream or something that you want to accomplish, and I'm encouraging you. Don't keep that to yourself. Start speaking it, because when you start to speak it, the world starts to send you people that will strategically help you get to where it is that you want to be. Because if you're thinking you're going to get to where you want to be all by yourself, I got news to you. You will not be the last person standing when it comes to going after your goals and your dreams. There are some people who need to help you, but they can't help you if they don't know what you want to do. That's why I respect y'all for being here. That says so much about you all as men and your character. But we're talking about I am worthy. I travel the country, speaking in school systems from the north to the south, the east to the west. In 2019, I traveled through the state of North Carolina, New Mexico, Oklahoma. I go there in 2 weeks. I've been all across Texas. I've even been in Indiana. Ain't too many brothers in southern Indiana. Okay? I've been there. But everywhere that I went, I've had to hold young men like yourselves between the ages of 12 and 18. And they've come up to me shedding tears in public eye for all their classmates to see. And they're struggling because this world has taught them that their life is not important, that they aren't of a level of significance, and it has shredded them apart because they don't understand their own model of self-worth. Your worth, gentlemen, is everything. By a show of hands, how many people in here know what I mean when I say self-worth? Anybody? There's no right or wrong answer. Yes, sir.
What it's like, how you matter as a person.
How you matter as a person. Can you stand up for a second? What's your name?
Johnny.
Ajani, nice to meet you. I'm Tyler. Always stand up when you speak because you will help somebody else. Yes, sir.
What you're capable of.
What you're capable of. What's your first and last name? Nice to meet you, Mr. Shelley on TC. It's a pleasure. Thank you for volunteering. Great answers. But if you want to get technical, and if you want to go by the dictionary, your worth, the model of self-worth, according to Webster, is talking about basically commanding a level of respect for yourself. But there's a psychologist, her name is Christina Hibbert, and I like her definition better. When we're talking about self-worth, it is you're willing to command value for yourself as well as understanding that you are necessary to that of mankind. Gentlemen, there were no mistakes made when you were created. You all have your own lane, and there's a significance about your life. And your life is necessary if we want this city of Austin, Texas, the neighborhood you live in, the state of Texas, the United States of America, and the world that we live in. If we want those things to get better, it is going to require you all to follow through and understand that your life matters. There was no mistake with the color of your skin. There was no mistake with the shape of your eyes or the texture of your hair. But if you don't know those things or have that confidence about yourself, this world will tear you apart and try to belittle you and diminish your own sense of self-worth. How many people in here know who Dr. Martin Luther King is? That's everybody. Put your hands down. I knew him just like you did. But I could never remember the amount of times that I actually took to listen to Dr. Martin Luther King's speeches. I heard I Have a Dream on Capitol Hill. I heard that, but I never listened to some of the messages that he strategically had going out throughout the civil rights movement and that of him as a preacher in church in Georgia. On October 26, 1967, October 26 is my birthday, I discovered a speech on YouTube of Dr. Martin Luther King. And what blew my mind was the fact that in the midst of the civil rights movement and what he was trying to do for our people, he took the time to go to Barrett Junior High School, a junior high school in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he took time out of the midst of the civil rights movement to go speak to our young people. I said, this man had all this stuff going on, and he still took the time to go out and reach our youth. But when he listened to the message, he talks about your own sense of somebodyness and self-worth. Because what the world had done to us as people, what it tries to do is it tries to marginalize you and make you think that you are inferior and make you think that you aren't important, so much so that people of color actually go about living their life as if to say that they are not important and they are not worthy or that they do not matter or that their lives do not count. And Dr. King was somebody who wanted to change that mindset. And so I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you to have a shift in your mindset and to know that you are worthy, gentlemen, and to know that you matter and that your lives count. Because if you don't, when you leave these doors, people are going to try to tear you down and try to strip you of that. Notice I said self-worth. I didn't say self-esteem. And the reason being is because self-esteem is derived off of your emotions. Your self-esteem goes high and it comes low. You experience moments of triumph, your self-esteem goes through the roof. You have a bad day, your self-esteem goes down. But when you understand the model of your self-worth, gentlemen, it does not matter what the ways of this world will throw you, because you know who you are as a man. You stand strong and you stand tall with that. Each and every day, your feet are blessed to hit the floor, and there's nothing that the world can do to take those things away from you. So you have to understand your self-worth. Everybody say, I am worthy. I am worthy. Good.